Brother, there's a moment right after she pulls away where everything feels quiet on the surface, but underneath, something intense is happening that most men completely miss. And here's the raw reality. The more she pretends she doesn't miss you, the more likely it is that she does. No tricks, no games, no fake alpha nonsense. Just the truth. Almost no one talks about here on her emotional secrets, because today I'm going to show you the one hidden sign that she misses you bad, but will never admit it out loud. And once you see it, you'll never look at her silence the same way again. Most men lose her right here, not because they're not good enough, but because they misread what's actually happening. They think, if she missed me, she'd text. If she cared, she'd reach out. If she felt something, she'd show it clearly. That's what most men believe. And that belief destroys their chances because, brother, her emotions don't work like logic. They move through something deeper. Her nervous system, her subconscious, her primal instincts. And those systems don't always express themselves in obvious ways. Think about your last conversation with her. You felt something was off. Maybe she was quieter. Maybe she pulled back slightly. Maybe she didn't respond the way she used to. And your mind went straight to, she's losing interest. Let that sink in, because what I'm about to tell you flips that completely. Here's the contradiction most men aren't ready to hear. Sometimes, distance is not disinterest. Sometimes, silence is emotional overload. And sometimes, pulling away is the strongest sign she feels something deeply. Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it? I remember a guy who told me this. She stopped texting me first, so I doubled my effort. He started chasing harder, more messages, more attention, more pressure. And guess what happened? She disappeared completely, not because she didn't miss him, but because he killed the space where her feelings were growing. That's the mistake. Most men don't understand this. Attraction doesn't grow in pressure, it grows in space. Brother, here's the first level you need to understand. Level 1. Her silence becomes selective. She's not gone. She's not cold. She's just not reaching out first anymore. But when you do, she responds. Not instantly, not eagerly, but consistently. This is where most men panic because they expect symmetry, but her emotional world isn't symmetrical. It's layered. When she misses you but won't admit it, she keeps the door open without walking through it first. Why? Because she's protecting something. Her pride, her emotional safety, her fear of looking vulnerable. So instead of chasing you, she waits, watches, feels. That's the silent signal. But here's where it gets deeper. Level 2. She engages, but with restraint. Her messages aren't long. They're not overly emotional, but they're there. She replies. She stays in the conversation. She doesn't cut it off. Now listen carefully. This is not disinterest. This is controlled emotion. It's like she's holding something back on purpose because her subconscious is saying, I feel something, but I don't want to lose control. That tension, that's where attraction lives. Pause. Most men think they need to increase energy when she pulls back. That's the mistake. Because when she's in this state, her nervous system is already active, already stimulated, already processing you. If you come in too strong, you overload it, and she retreats further. But if you stay grounded, calm, centered in your masculine presence, something powerful happens. She starts leaning back in, not consciously, instinctively. Here's a micro story you'll recognize. You send a message. She takes hours to reply. Your mind starts racing. She's ignoring me. She's with someone else. She doesn't care. Then she replies, normal, engaged, almost like nothing happened, and you feel confused. Brother, that delay wasn't rejection, it was processing. She was feeling you without wanting to show it. Now we move to level 3. This is where most men completely miss the truth. She mirrors, but never leads. Watch closely. She matches your energy, your tone, your vibe. If you joke, she jokes. If you pull back, she pulls back slightly. If you open up, she softens. But she never initiates that shift. Why? Because she's waiting for emotional certainty. She wants to feel safe before she invests. And here's the contradiction. The more she misses you, the more careful she becomes. Let that sink in, because that's the opposite of what most men believe. Now here's the hidden layer no one talks about. The one you've been waiting for. The real sign she misses you bad, but won't admit it. It's not in what she says. It's not even in what she does. It's in what she doesn't break. She never fully disconnects. No matter how much space there is, no matter how slow things feel, no matter how quiet it gets, she never closes the loop. She stays just enough, just present enough, just responsive enough. That thread, that invisible connection, that's not accidental. That's emotional attachment. That's her subconscious holding on to you without giving you full access. Because once she does, she risks emotional surrender. Pause. Brother, this is where men either win or lose everything. Because the instinct is to chase clarity, to push for answers, to demand certainty. But the truth is, you don't need her to say she misses you. Her behavior already is. The question is, can you read it, or will you react emotionally and destroy it? Here's another contradiction for you. The moment you stop needing her validation is the moment she feels your presence the strongest. Because now, you're not chasing her energy. You're creating it. That's masculine grounding. That's what her nervous system responds to. Not words, not effort, presence. Think about your last interaction again. Did you try to fix the distance? Did you try to pull her closer? Did you over-explain, over-text, overthink? That's where most men lose her. Because instead of letting her come toward you, they collapse into her space. And she feels it. Not logically, chemically. Here's the truth almost no one tells you. When a woman misses you deeply, it doesn't always look warm. It often looks controlled, quiet, measured, because she's fighting the urge to feel too much. That's the raw reality. Let me give you one more micro story. A guy stops texting for a day, not as a game, but because he's focused on his life. Grounded, centered. When he comes back, she responds faster, more engaged, slightly warmer, nothing dramatic, but different. Why? Because in that space, her feelings had room to grow. That's how attraction actually works. Brother, say this with me. She doesn't need to say it. If she's showing it, that's a signature. Remember that. She doesn't need to say it if she's showing it. Now here's the final piece. The payoff most men never reach. When she feels that you're not chasing, not forcing, not reacting emotionally, her nervous system relaxes. And when it relaxes, she leans in. Not because you convinced her, but because she feels safe. Safe to miss you. Safe to feel you. Safe to eventually surrender emotionally. That's what you want. Not forced attention, not temporary validation, but real instinctive pull. Let that sink in. So next time she goes quiet, next time she pulls back just a little, next time you feel that uncertainty, don't panic. Observe. Because if she's still there, still responding, still connected, you've already earned something most men never do. Her subconscious attention, and that's where everything begins. She doesn't need to say it if she's showing it. If you understand this, you're already ahead of 90% of men. And if you want to go deeper into these silent signals, into the emotional patterns women never explain, subscribe to Her Emotional Secrets, not for entertainment, but for understanding. Because the next video, we're going to break down something even more dangerous. The one behavior that makes her lose feelings silently, even when everything seems fine. And trust me, most men are doing it right now without realizing. Brother, I'll see you there.